Today is Friday, May 11th. ARNA was a stock not only called short, but also called long and played both ways in the Trading Wings room today. Let's take a look. If you go to the daily chart down here, you can see that ARNA gapped up on big news. There was some news that came out, some FDA type news. Stock gapped up. What we were looking for was any pullback, any sign of weakness as a possible short off the bat. So if we go up here to the upper left, let's look at the 2-minute chart and see where that occurred. And you can see as it started to pull back here, it came back up, and as it started to make a higher low, right here, the entry was right under 640, and your stop we were using was right over this 669 area. Now you can see it based for quite some time here, and it was undetermined whether it was actually going to go or not. And then finally, right here at after the 10 o'clock reversal time, it started to crack. Now let's go to the 5-minute chart and see how it actually played out. And you can see here's the crack on the 5-minute chart. And now, on really strong stocks, you'll often see them hold up at the rising 20 MA. And the bottom right here was at 575. So initially it did try to hold up here, and it tried to rally. Came back, and right here, it actually retested that exact same point at 575. Now this is the point where the stock can either break down or retrace. So at this point, what was called was to cover half. On a 5-minute, anywhere near the bottom here, or you could use a 5-minute engulfing bar to do that, and that occurred right here. And then they cover the rest over this pivot here at 603. Now, if we draw down to the 2-minute chart, let's take a look at the reentry. So we had the higher high here on the 2-minute chart. We broke down, we came back, and once we break over this 603 pivot, the call was to flip it and go long. So your entry was at 604, your stop was under 595. Now let's go to the 5-minute chart and see how that played out. And you can see it starts to take off, it pulls back, comes all the way up to 618, pulls all the way back to 595 again. And right here on the extension, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bars up. Once 50% of this bar was taken out, was the biggest bar of the move, was near a half number where often we hold up. The call was to sell half on this bar, which had been right at 642. Now initially overall, the target was, if we go down here to the 60-minute chart, was a move back to the high of the day. But when I saw this extension, I saw we're getting to later in the afternoon. The call was to cover half here, and then see how the rest would play out if it could hold up. So it tried to move back up here again, got up to 650, but just could never punch through. And then when it started to roll over, we got out of the back half. All in all, made about an hour and a half on the short in the morning, and made over 3 hours on the long in the afternoon. Now these are the kind of plays that we call all the time in the Trading Wings room. Feel free to stop by tradingwings.com to check out our free daily letter that you can subscribe to, and many other services that may be beneficial to you. Hope to see you soon.